I want to bring in Christian Cordero. She's been following it as well. All right, let's go ahead and start with the tearing down of the East Wing there at the White House, all this controversy, but people are clearly very interested in it, Christian. And I thought it was a really great question from one of the correspondents there asking, does the president legally have the means to tear down whatever he wants, from the White House to, I think she said, the Lincoln Memorial. And we heard Caroline Leavitt mention the NCPC, the National Capital Planning Commission, sitting here doing a deep dive on things I've never had to cover before, because when I covered the president, nothing came tumbling down like the East Wing. So clearly this is a big story, and people want to know what's going on, and does he have the right to actually take down a massive wing of a historic building? But it looks like legally the NCPC may have no authority over demolition or site preparation on certain federal properties, but its authority does appear to kick in when you move into new construction. So this is very interesting. I have a feeling we're all going to have to put on our hard hats and start learning about, planning commission policy.
Our literal hard hats as we enter a construction zone, Kira. Yeah, and that's the claim that the administration is making, is that when it comes to the demolition itself, citing a legal opinion, that the National Capital Planning Commission doesn't have really any jurisdiction over that. What they approve are things like vertical construction. So once there is actual ground being broken on the new phase of the new ballroom, then that's when they would effectively come into play. And so it's a little bit of kind of a gray area, if you will, or finding the nuance at the very least of what is legal and what isn't. But really the bottom line is the NCPC, the person who would oversee such approval process, is a Trump advisor. And so there isn't necessarily a huge concern from the administration's part anyways that these wouldn't get approved. But for critics against this project, and even those well beyond DC, the concern here is, of course, the historical ramifications, taking down the entire East Wing. And then that question that you heard is, does the president effectively have the authority to do whatever he wants? And the short answer, it sounds like the administration gave us, was yes.
Yeah, you capsulized it perfectly. And we'll, of course, continue to talk about this because it is, I guess we could fair to say, the most famous house in the United States of America. Unless, you want to go down and see George Washington's residence there in Mount Vernon. I guess that's a pretty cool place, too. But, Christian, thank you so much. We all learned something today, that's for sure.